Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today I'm back with another analysis video on the new Miraculous Ladybug episode Stormy Weather 2 that aired today. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm really disappointed with this episode. I'm just putting that out there to start. Some of you may have liked it. I personally didn't. This is my least favorite kind of episode in any kind of show, or at least as far as the style goes with this type of format. It just felt recycled and reused, and it was basically a recap, and I didn't need a recap, so it was just kind of boring for me in my opinion, but there are a couple things to talk about. But before we get into this video, I have a couple announcements. First of all, I'm going to be doing a 100,000 subscriber live stream this Saturday, most likely at 7 p.m. EST, or Eastern Time. That is open to change, but as far as right now, that is what I'm looking at as far as time goes. So Saturday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So you can go ahead and type that into Google and then find the time of your location. But that's looking to be what it's like. Second, if you enjoy this type of content, then you can go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for more, because I make miraculous content all the time. It's one of my favorite shows, and if you also have the same passion for this show, then I'd love to have you, be a returning subscriber, because you get to watch my ideas and, we get to share our own ideas. So that's pretty cool. We also have a Discord that you can go join if you're interested. There you can actually share your ideas and talk with other people in the fandom. All of the links I ever talk about are in the description below, so if you are interested in the Discord, then you can go join that as well. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this episode. Now, for those of you who somehow don't know, today is Valentine's Day, and kind of to celebrate this episode, it definitely felt like a Valentine's Day. It didn't feel like a full special, just like how Christmaster didn't exactly feel like a full entire episode dedicated to Christmas. But this episode did have hints to Valentine's Day, so yeah, it definitely was just a little quick episode to get out there for Valentine's Day, in my opinion. That's what it felt like. They made many references to the original Valentine's episode in Season 1, and that's just where I got that conclusion from. So basically, a quick synopsis for the episode. Even if you haven't watched it, it's pretty easy to follow. Pretty much, Chloe is aggravating Stormy Weather 2. I don't even remember her real name. Apparently, she goes to their school, which I never knew before. So, yeah. So, the weather girl now goes to the school. So, that's something new. And so pretty much Chloe was aggravating her, and she got akumatized. Pretty much her powers were more powerful, and then she got taken down. The episode was so not focused on this character like I thought it was going to be. They had a news reporter describing kind of what Ladybug was doing when her lucky charm. It just, I didn't care for this episode at all, in case you couldn't tell.
Cat Noir is holding up a copy machine. I can't see much, but it looks like Ladybug is making a photocopy.
My original thought for this episode was that we would see Mayura happen sometime in this episode. However, Mayura was nowhere to be seen. Now, we did see Natalie, and we did see her kind of break down coughing, which is very similar to what happened in the episode Mayura, so there are signs of repercussion from using the Peacock Miraculous, which we're still seeing. But basically what this episode was, is it was like a reminder episode. That they took some very important parts of the show and kind of just replayed them. There were a couple different things as far as just people receiving the miraculous, and as far as just the love plot goes. However, it just didn't, it wasn't my style of episode. For those of you guys who like a recap, then that's good for you. But for somebody like me who's seen the show multiple times and seen each episode multiple times, I'm already familiar. I talk about this show almost every single day, and I know a lot of stuff, and I don't need a recap. So maybe that's just me, but I personally don't care for the recap type episodes. They just feel like complete filler, especially when it could have been something so interesting as Mayura. And the other thing that gets me concerned is that there are two other episodes, The Gamer 2.0 and The Puppeteer 2. And if those two episodes are also just recap episodes, that's going to be 3 just pure filler, reused, recycled episodes that aren't really going to float my boat too well. So I'm not really looking forward to those episodes anymore. Alright, let's quit talking about the negative stuff about this episode and let's get into some of the more interesting things. First of all, the Adrianette shippers out there, like myself, probably just really got hurt at the very end of the episode. Adrian used that "she's just a fan who loves fashion" thing again, and man, my heart just kind of broke there. There's another meme coming through. You can already feel the storm. "She's just a friend." So yeah, there's more of that. It was looking to be close. I was at the very end of the episode, I was like, maybe there's a redeeming quality of this episode, but there just wasn't. So yeah, Adrian still is kind of clueless right now, but it is showing signs of improvement, which is what I look for. So it does look like they're getting a little bit closer. Marinette's getting a little bit better as far as talking to Adrian, and Adrian is thinking about Marinette because he did compare the love letter that he got last Valentine's Day and the sticky note that Marinette wrote on the notebook she gave him. So that is interesting to see that he's starting to notice a little bit more about Marinette and just specifically in this episode the style of her handwriting. So it will be interesting to see if he's able to piece these things together. Maybe he'll figure out that she's Ladybug, or maybe he'll just start to look at Marinette and see different aspects about her and then realize that that's when they should start dating, or something like that. I don't know for sure. That's just a possibility. Another cool thing about this episode is that we actually had confirmed that Natalie does kind of like Gabriel in a way. We have learned that Natalie has started caring for Adrian sort of like a mother and son, and that she has feelings for Gabriel. So we see that develop and we have it confirmed in this episode, because before it was just a really big suspicion, but now we actually have it confirmed. So that's another interesting thing, I guess. And then really the last thing in this episode, I know there's not very much stuff in here, but pretty much the last thing is that we actually see clips from Chrismaster, which actually gets me excited because that means that this had to be played in a certain order for it to make sense. Stormy Weather had to be played after Chrismaster, and I feel like this clip was intentional to be played in this episode to show the fans that, hey, we are sticking more to a format, which gets me really excited because this means that they can start doing more things that lead to other things in multiple different episodes, if that makes any sense. Meaning that they can reference one thing in one episode and recall that reference in another episode a couple episodes later, which is very good because usually, or as far as how the show has been formatted now, it's been across seasons. So like season 2 could reference season 1, but it was very rare to see a season 2 episode reference another season 2 episode just because of the way that this was kind of formatted, except for, of course, the last couple episodes, because that was the finale and was meant to be aired last. But it is really nice to see that season 3 is looking to have more continuity, which is something that I was personally hoping for, and it shows signs of a better show. So that's something that I look forward to, and I hope that they can use this to their advantage and have just more plot involved, which we've already seen from Backorder, which if you haven't seen Backorder, it's such a good episode. But yeah, those are just kind of my thoughts about this episode. Not kind of disappointed, I am disappointed. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys like this episode? Do you like this style of episode, or they just kind of do a recap and reuse a bunch of clips? Because if you guys like this episode, they could probably pump these out twice as fast because they're just reusing a bunch of clips. But yeah, so those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. If you guys like this content, you can leave a like and subscribe for more of it because I make it all the time. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
She's just a friend who loves fashion.